rooftop, down to the lobby and back every single day. Now, once again, my name is Keenan Walker. I am the duck master here at the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee. Hey! And I have a sincere honor and pleasure of marching the ducks for you all this morning. But before I do, let me take you all on a brief journey. Now, keep in mind, the original Peabody Hotel, it was actually located 2 blocks away from here, right on the corner of Main and Monroe. It opened on September 1st, 1869. Now, it remained in that original location until September 1st, 1925. Now, that's when the doors to this beautiful expansion building opened right here. In the same location where we're all standing and sitting, with a cost of $5 million in 2 years construction. But don't think that's the entire history of the Peabody Hotel. Not even close. To everybody here in the lobby area, whenever you all get a chance, make sure that you take a trip up to the mezzanine level and visit our memorabilia room. Now, inside of that memorabilia room, you're going to find a collection of pictures and items and memos from the last few decades, including one of my favorite pieces of information, which is a framed letter. It was a letter from the general manager at that time, a man by the name of Barry Bells. A letter from him to the executive chef of Chez Philippe, our French restaurant, who was in the process of updating his menu. And basically, that letter says that even though you serve French cuisine inside of your restaurant, one thing that better not be on any menu inside of the Peabody Hotel is duck. And keep in mind that the combination between ducks and Peabody goes back a long time. Matter of fact, it goes all the way back to 1933, when the general manager at that time, a man by the name of Frank Shutt, he and a good friend of his named Chip Barwick, these 2 gentlemen decided to go on a duck hunt over in Arkansas. In the middle of winter, along the icy cold waters of the Mississippi River. Now, like I mentioned, it was wintertime. So these 2 men knew they were going to need to try to find a creative way to stay warm while they were out there. They decided to take another colleague along with them to help them to stay warm in the cold. A colleague by the name of Jack Daniels.
Wasn't it?
Oh, some of y'all know Jack. Right. Otherwise known as fine Tennessee sipping whiskey. Yeah. Now, these 2 men knew they were going to need some liquid encouragement to stay warm while they were out there. But as the day went on, these 2 gentlemen had maybe just a bit too much encouragement. They decided that as a practical joke, it would be funny to bring back the live duck decoys that they were using. It was legal in Arkansas back then. They thought it'd be a funny idea to bring those live duck decoys back here to the Peabody Hotel and set them loose inside this lobby room. So that is exactly what they did. They laughed it off, and then went back up to their rooms for the evening. Well, upon waking up that next morning, Frank Shutt was a little bit alarmed at the chaos, and he might have called that previous day with that misdeed. He was the general manager, after all. So he rushed to the elevator, and he came downstairs. Now, he was expecting to find ducks all over this lobby. But when he got down here, he was surprised to find 2 things. Number 1, the ducks were still right here inside this fountain. They hadn't gone anywhere. And number 2, they started to attract visitors. He was just like each and every single one of you. People were absolutely amazed to see live animals frolicking inside the lobby mountain of an establishment as fine as the Peabody. But then in 1940, the Peabody Hotel hired a gentleman by the name of Edward Pembroke to be a bellman. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you all will, let's send some love out to all of our outstanding bellmen. Thank you. But keep in mind though, that Mr. Pembroke, he was more than just a bellman. He was a brilliant man. Just so happened that earlier in his life, Mr. Edward Pembroke at one time had been a trainer for the Ringling Brothers in Barnum and Bailey circus. So upon being hired, he told management, he said, hey, look, I got an idea. If you let me, I will take a group of North American mallard ducks, one male and 4 females. Instead of those 3 English call ducks you just have swimming around in the fountain down there. He said, I'll train them. I'll train those ducks myself. I will first train the ducks to sleep upstairs on the rooftop inside of a duck palace. Then I will train the ducks to march from that duck palace across the rooftop to the door. Then I'll train them to march inside the door all the way to the elevator. And then together, we'll get on that elevator and we'll ride all the way downstairs to the lobby. And when those doors open, I would train those ducks to march up a red carpet all the way to the lobby fountain every single morning at 11 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock, I'll train the ducks to get back outside of the fountain. I'll march them back up that red carpet and we'll get back inside the elevator. We'll ride back up to the rooftop where I will train the ducks to march back across the roof and get back into the duck palace where they will sleep for the rest of the night. Well, management was looking at Mr. Pembroke like, well, okay. You think you can actually train those ducks to do all of that? Then let's try it out. See how you pull that off. Let's see how you make that happen. Mr. Pembroke marched the ducks here at the Peabody Hotel for the next 51 years.
Wow.
51 years he marched up here to Peabody, and in doing so, he became a goodwill ambassador for the Peabody Hotel and the entire city of Memphis. He even appeared on television shows. Television shows such as The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and the Sesame Street program, where he and his ducks helped to celebrate National Rubber Ducky Day. They appeared in magazine shoots as well. Magazines such as People magazine and even the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit edition. Don't worry, the ducks only showed a little leg. Now, if I was someone like Mr. Pembroke, and I was able to accomplish all that he did, I don't know, I might consider myself to be a master at what it was that I had pulled off. Wouldn't you all?
Yeah.
That's what management thought the exact same thing. They bestowed upon Mr. Edward Pembroke the title of the world's first duck master here at the Peabody Hotel. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Pembroke is no longer here with us. I do have a very strong feeling that his spirit is smiling and shining brightly over our ceremony here in the lobby this morning. There's a picture of Mr. Pembroke and his ducks right over there by the valley entrance. Make sure you stop by. Go take pictures with him. Pay your respects on the way outside the hotel. Now, that was the history of the Peabody Hotel and the legend of how the Duck March came to be. Now, the only thing left for me to do is to march up this red carpet, go upstairs and retrieve our team of 5 feathered friends. And when those doors open, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers, sisters, cousins, partners, and neighbors, you you all will witness the march of the world famous Peabody Ducks. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all.
Better known the world over because of its residents. The South's Grand Hotel, an experience uniquely yours as a guest of the Peabody. Having just left their penthouse on the roof to join you. Ladies and gentlemen, the march of the world famous Peabody Ducks.
Today, and I hope that all of you have a magnificent day. Thank you so much for being here. Great job, baby.
There it is, folks.